Hey guys, this is FixerMed. Welcome back to my high-yield hematology and oncology review series for the USMLE Step 1, NBME CBSE, and NBME CAS examinations. In this series, I will be covering the entire system of hematology and oncology in a comprehensive but high-yield manner. This will be part 14 of my multi-part video series of doing so. Today, we will be taking a look at leukemia types. Without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started on today's content. Let's take a look at an overview of high-yield leukemias. Leukemia basics, a type of cancer involving white blood cells in the blood, typically B-cell in origin, except for Sézary syndrome and mycosis fungoides. Acute lymphoblastic leukemia, ALL, common in children, for example, 6-year-old with 90% lymphocytes. Differential diagnosis includes pertussis, which presents with cough and reactive lymphocytosis, associated with Down syndrome. Key markers, CD10 and TDT positive. Chronic lymphocytic leukemia, CLL, common in older adults, for example, 70-year-old with 90% lymphocytes. Diagnostic step, quantitative immunoglobulin assay. Key features, smudge cells on smear. CD5 and CD23 positive, associated with warm autoimmune hemolytic anemia. Let's continue taking a look at an overview of high-yield leukemias.
All right, let's continue taking a look at more high-yield leukemias. Acute myeloblastic leukemia, AML, characterized by alveolar rods in cells, associated with 15-17 translocation in acute promyelocytic leukemia, APL. Treatment, all-trans retinoic acid vitamin A, which can induce differentiation into mature granulocytes and potentially cause DIC due to cell lysis. Chronic myelogenous leukemia, CML, caused by TN922, translocation Philadelphia chromosome, formation of BCR-chiable tyrosine kinase fusion protein. Smear shows a motley mix of myelocytes, promyelocytes, and metamyelocytes. Low leukocyte alkaline phosphatase cell, ALP. Treatment, amitinib, targets BCR-chiable tyrosine kinase.
Let's continue take a look at other leukemias. Hairy cell leukemia, identified by cytoplasmic projections and positive staining for tartrate-resistant acid phosphatase, TRAP, may present with low WBC count. Sézary syndrome, a cutaneous T-cell lymphoma extending to the blood, caused by human T-cell lymphotropic virus, HTLV, characterized by cerebriform-shaped T-cells and presence with erythroderma, red skin. All right, guys, now that we have covered all of the content, let's go ahead and take a look at some questions to review the knowledge you have gained so far. A 6-year-old boy presents with fever, fatigue, and bruising. Laboratory tests reveal a white blood cell count of 60,000 per microliter with 90% lymphocytes. He has no history of recent cough or vomiting. Physical examination reveals no significant findings. A bone marrow biopsy shows lymphoblasts that are CD10 and TDT positive. What is the most likely diagnosis? All right, I think I gave you guys enough time here. I'm going to move on to see what the correct answer is and what the reasoning behind it is. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, moving on now. The correct answer is C, acute lymphoblastic leukemia, ALL. The patient's presentation is consistent with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, ALL, which is common in children and often presents with fever, fatigue, and bruising. The laboratory finding of a high white blood cell count with 90% lymphocytes, along with CD10 and TDT positivity, strongly supports the diagnosis of ALL. The absence of cough or vomiting helps to differentiate it from pertussis, which can present similarly with reactive lymphocytosis, but is typically associated with a cough and post-tussive emesis. All right, let's go ahead and see why the other answer choices are incorrect. The incorrect choices can be explained as follows. A, acute myeloblastic leukemia, AML. AML typically presents with Auer rods in the cells and is less common in children. It is more often seen in adults and does not typically present with CD10 and TDT positivity. B, chronic lymphocytic leukemia, CLL. CLL is usually seen in older adults, not children. It is characterized by smudge cells on a smear and can be associated with warm autoimmune hemolytic anemia. CD5 and CD23 positivity are markers of CLL, not AL. LD pertussis. Pertussis can cause a similar leukocyte profile with high lymphocytes, but it is usually accompanied by a characteristic cough and post-tussive emesis. This patient's lack of these symptoms makes pertussis less likely. Sézary syndrome. Sézary syndrome is a type of cutaneous T-cell lymphoma associated with erythroderma and cerebriform-shaped T-cells. It is not typically seen in children and does not present with the acute symptoms and laboratory findings described in this patient. All right, now that we have covered this question, let's move on to look at the next question. A 45-year-old woman presents with fatigue, night sweats, and unintentional weight loss. Laboratory tests reveal a white blood cell count of 150,000 per microliter. Peripheral blood smear shows a mix of myelocytes, promyelocytes, and metamyelocytes. Cytogenetic analysis reveals AT922 translocation. What is the most appropriate treatment for this patient? All right, I think I gave you guys enough time here. I'm going to move on to see what the correct answer is and what the reasoning behind it is. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, moving on now. The correct answer is B. imatinib. The patient's presentation and laboratory findings are consistent with chronic myelogenous leukemia, CML, characterized by the presence of AT922 translocation, Philadelphia chromosome, leading to the formation of the BCR-ABL tyrosine kinase fusion protein. The motley mix of myelocytes, promyelocytes, and metamyelocytes on the blood smear is a hallmark of CML. Imatinib is the most appropriate treatment as it specifically targets the BCR-ABL tyrosine kinase, thereby inhibiting the proliferation of leukemic cells. All right, let's go ahead and see why the other answer choices are incorrect. The incorrect choices can be explained as follows. A. All-trans retinoic acid. This treatment is used for acute promyelocytic leukemia, APL, a subtype of AML associated with the T1517 translocation. It induces differentiation of leukemic cells but is not effective in treating CMLC methotrexate. Methotrexate is used in the treatment of various cancers and autoimmune diseases, but is not the first-line treatment for CML as it does not specifically target the BCR/ABL tyrosine kinase. D. Rituximab. Rituximab is an anti-CD20 monoclonal antibody used primarily in the treatment of B-cell lymphomas and certain autoimmune conditions. It is not effective against CML, which involves myeloid cells and the BCR/ABL fusion protein. E. Prednisone. Prednisone is a corticosteroid used in various hematologic and autoimmune conditions, but is not specific for CML treatment. It does not target the underlying genetic abnormality in CML. All right, now that we have covered this question, let's move on to look at the next question. A 60-year-old man presents with fatigue and splenomegaly. His complete blood count reveals a white blood cell count of 3,500 per microliter. Peripheral blood smear shows cells with cytoplasmic projections. Staining of these cells is positive for tartrate-resistant acid phosphatase, or TRAP. What is the most likely diagnosis? All right, I think I gave you guys enough time here. I'm going to move on to see what the correct answer is and what the reasoning behind it is. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, moving on now. The correct answer is C. hairy cell leukemia. The patient's presentation of fatigue, splenomegaly, and a low white blood cell count, along with the characteristic finding of cells with cytoplasmic projections on the peripheral blood smear and positive staining for tartrate-resistant acid phosphatase, TRAP, is indicative of hairy cell leukemia. This rare type of leukemia often presents with pancytopenia and characteristic hairy projections on the leukemic cells. All right, let's go ahead and see why the other answer choices are incorrect. The incorrect choices can be explained as follows. A. Chronic lymphocytic leukemia, CLL. CLL typically presents in older adults with a high white blood cell count, and the cells do not have cytoplasmic projections. Smudge cells, not hairy cells, are seen on the smear in CL, LB acute myeloblastic leukemia, AML. AML is characterized by the presence of Auer rods in myeloblasts and a high white blood cell count, not cells with cytoplasmic projections or trap positivity. D. Sézary syndrome. Sézary syndrome is a cutaneous T-cell lymphoma that presents with erythroderma, red skin, and cerebriform-shaped T cells. It is associated with human T-cell lymphotropic virus, HTLV, and does not present with the trap-positive cells with cytoplasmic projections seen in hairy cell leukemia. E. Chronic myelogenous leukemia, CML. CML is characterized by a high white blood cell count with a mix of myeloid cells, myelocytes, promyelocytes, and metamyelocytes, and is associated with the Philadelphia chromosome, T922 translocation. It does not present with the trap-positive cells with cytoplasmic projections seen in hairy cell leukemia. All right, guys, that is all I have for today. Be sure to leave a like if you found this video useful, a dislike if you did not find this video useful, and consider subscribing for more content like this in the future. If you would like to check out more review material, be sure to check out my other USMLE/NBME playlists on the channel. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions you would like to make, please be sure to write them up and submit them in the comment section below. This is FixerMed signing off. Be sure to have a great day or great night, and as always, good luck studying.